What's up guys, my name is Drew Shahood, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about debatably one of the most important parts of any video, and that's keyframing. Keyframing is wildly important and it can improve your videos drastically. So I'm going to show you a couple of different options of how you can use it, and then we're going to break it down what it is and how you can be using it in your editing workflow. So by using keyframing you can get all sorts of different results and effects, so you can do stuff like this. You can do things like this.
We're sorry, no call back.
And you can also do something simple like this. Keyframing can literally improve any video. It's just a matter of how to use it and when to use it for which things. So the question is, what is keyframing? And it's actually kind of hard to explain what keyframing is. It's better just to show you, but I'll just try and summarize it. Basically, what keyframing is used for is you're setting a specific point or a specific frame where an adjustment of anything is going to be made. So that can be with zooming, that can be with masking, volume, that can be with anything you can imagine. It's an adjustment at that point that's going to be made at that point. And then it could also be a movement of an adjustment to reach to another point. So you could set one at the very beginning and have one at the very end of your clip, and then the movement of that adjustment is going to be being used until that last point. So I know that's really confusing. I'm gonna try and break that down for you with a couple really easy things, but yeah, let's just hop right into it and see what we can get. So right here we have a clip of this bird. So it's in my New York video. If you wanna go watch that, definitely go check it out. It's on my Instagram. But basically what we're doing here is we're zooming in and we're tracking the zoom in. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like with everything done. So that's what we're going for. It's fast. We'll break it down frame by frame. See how we're zooming in? We'll go backwards. Now we're zooming out, kind of. All right, so this is what it looks like without that. Speed ramp, color grade is already in there, but without the zooming in effect. Still a great shot, but if I'm trying to create a lot of movement in my video, you're gonna wanna have more of a zoom in effect going with it. So we're gonna select our bird clips. This is very important. If you don't hear anything else about keyframing, this is the #1 thing you should hear. You wanna select the clip you're trying to keyframe. If not, you're gonna keyframe the entire project. By accidentally clicking over here and then doing everything, the whole project will get keyframed, not just what you want to be selected, and I only want the video of the bird to be selected. So I'm gonna select it. My playhead right here is at the very, very beginning of the clip. I'm gonna go to this button right here, and then what that does is lets you adjust your scaling and your positioning all at one time. It's a lot easier than using the sliders. This button right here is going to let us keyframe. So I already pressed it, but I'll press it again. So we're gonna press it once. There is now a keyframe there. So what that's gonna do is, that's our anchor, that's where we start. Nothing's really happened here at all. So we play the video, nothing happens. But what we're trying to do is, we're trying to create a movement of zooming in on this bird. So we're gonna select our clip again, because sometimes it gets hard to select it. We're gonna go forward a couple frames. Right there seems about good. We're gonna drag these little bars. It's kind of hard to select sometimes, but we're gonna drag them. So grab those bars, and we're gonna drag in. So 128%, that's good. And just drag your clip. There we go. So you wanna make sure you're not out of the black bars. So by the point of this spot, so that movement alone, I should probably say this, that movement alone made a whole new keyframe. So there's now a keyframe at that point. From the beginning of our first point to this point right here, we have created a movement that is going to be tracked through the keyframes. So right here we have a new keyframe, as you can see all along here. And you want to make sure your clip is not going to be all messed up with the black bars at the top. So just make sure you're covering your entire frame. So that's good for there. We want to keep on going though. So we're going to go to the very, very end. You want to go one frame left of the very end. Boom, that's it. All right, so now we're at the very end of the clip. I'm gonna zoom in more. So it's kind of hard to grab these pull tabs now. So what we're gonna do is actually go to our sliders. So we're gonna grab our scale all. We're gonna zoom in a whole bunch. And now we're gonna put that bird where we want it to be. I want it to be as zoomed down the bird as possible without having black bars at the top. All right, so that's basically it right there. So when we play our video through, see how it zooms in on the bird? We're going zooming in. That's probably where that first keyframe was, and now we're gonna keep on going and zooms in more on that bird. Play it all the way through. Perfect. The next thing we're gonna talk about is volume, how you can actually use keyframes to adjust your volume settings in the video without having to cut it up and all that kind of stuff. It makes it a lot smoother if you do it this way. So I have a shot right here. It's just a song that I haven't used in a video yet that I really want to. We're gonna unmute it. It's gonna get a little annoying because our play is gonna be going back and forth, but bear with me. All right, so we have our song here. Okay, that's all we need right there. So I'm going to keep the volume at an all-time high, which is already at right now, and then we're going to keyframe the volume to go lower and then back up. So how we're gonna do that is, first you wanna zoom in a good bit. So put your playhead at the very beginning of the video. You're gonna set your anchor. So select your video, and then I'm gonna go up here and press this keyframe in the top right. Boom. We have now selected our keyframe. So now there's an anchor at 100% or 0 for equilibrium. We're gonna press play, and where I want the new keyframe to start going down, I'm gonna pause my playhead. So let's listen. Okay, right there on that beat, I want the volume to drop a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is zoom in real far. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna go 5 frames left of where we want it to go. That's just my general rule of thumb. That's what I do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was way too far zoomed in, but that's fine. Same thing. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna hold down Option or Alt. Hold down Option. You're gonna go to your video and zoom in to that little thing pops up. It's popped up on my screen right now. We're just gonna select right there. What we just did, ooh, where'd it go? I don't know where, I just lost it, here we go. So what we just did, I just lost it again, is we just made a keyframe. Sorry, what we just did was made a keyframe at that point. So what we just did is actually nothing. We kept it at that equilibrium 0 or 100% volume right there. But the idea of this is, now we go 5 frames right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna hold down Alt or Option. We're gonna wait till that thing pops up, which is right there. We're gonna put another one. So now we have 2 keyframes right here. We're gonna drag this keyframe down. I'm gonna put it to, like, just for sake of video, I'm gonna put it to -14, which is real quiet. So what's gonna happen is this music is going to fade down to -14. So let's listen again and you'll be able to hear it. See that? I'll play it one more time. All right, so that's how you do it down. We're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna go back up volume. Right here, I want that to hit and start going back up. So for this, is the exact same thing, but we're actually gonna put our keyframe going up this time. So we're gonna go 5 frames to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold down Option or Alt. Boom, keyframe. 5 frames to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing, another hold down Option or Alt. Bam, now we have that. Drag it back up to 0. All right, we're back up to 0. So now it's gonna fade back to a normal volume. So let's listen to it again and see what happens. Super, super easy, nothing complex there at all, but it's just the general principle of how you use keyframes to get that to happen. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna be using this a lot in other tutorials and more advanced effects, but I thought I'd make this video introducing keyframing and what it is. If you guys learned something from this or enjoyed this, definitely like the video and leave a comment. If you wanna get in contact with me, follow me on Instagram and DM me. That's the best way to get in contact with me. I love having conversations with people and learning about their editing workflow. But yeah, I mean, if you want to see how we're going to use this in more advanced tutorials, subscribe, and yeah, thanks guys.
Got it all wrong, I'm just having fun. We're going out tonight, tomorrow we'll be done. You got it all wrong.